Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Every Second Counts with Tom and sometimes Matt. Tonight with us, we have Mr. Brian Roof and we have Mr. Jason Steiner. Today, we are together. We are together today to celebrate, and others may join, the 248th Marine Corps birthday that's happening tomorrow. And a big significant thing is we have the Marine Corps birthday ball, and we're all together. And we've been in a relationship, us building camaraderie with each other and keeping the Marine Corps spirit alive. So it only felt better to invite you guys onto the show and be able to experience some of the experience we shared for the birthday balls and things like that. So welcome to the show, both of you.
Thank you, brother. It's a bromance, if you will. You know what I mean? Hey, brother, I appreciate you having us on, man.
Right now.
I
feel like I'm looking at Scotty Hastings right now. Just saying.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Except you went to the better side.
Right.
So, gentlemen, today we're celebrating the birthday amongst each other. Tomorrow, the actual official birthday. Do you guys have any plans for tomorrow whatsoever? Right now, Brian?
Not so much, man. Really, just kind of hanging out with the wifey, more or less. We kind of go and she makes me a lasagna. We kind of do little things like that. But other than that, bro, or sometimes my boy Ojeda, who I kind of did a lot of my time with in the Marine Corps, and we actually kind of live close to each other. So once in a while, that fool will just be like, "Hey, bro, let's go. We're going to grab a fucking beer. Let's go. You better get your ass up." And, if you don't, you're a bitch.
No, it's perfect because there's not much for planning.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's just how we do, man. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, because then you plan it, you overthink it, you just got to go.
That's exactly how I see it, dog. It's like, hey, you say let's go.
Right. Yeah, especially Jason, when your kid says, "Let's go grab a beer," you got to go.
Mm-hmm.
It is that time.
Absolutely. So what do you have planned, Jason?
Right before I jumped on, I was packing gear to head up to Valentine, Nebraska for a guided filmed whitetail hunt with Band of Heroes Outdoors coming in from Pennsylvania. So I'm going to be
tell me more.
I'm going to be spending the Marine Corps birthday hanging out up in Valentine at the Niobrara Lodge and going out and hoping to shoot something Saturday morning. So
that's a great birthday and Veterans Day right there.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty cool deal. And I threw Jesse Cunningham's name in, Wheels for Warriors VP. I threw his name in for a hunt with them out in Pennsylvania, and they happened to draw him. And he threw my name in for a hunt, and I was actually an alternate, and one of the guys couldn't go, and they called me up. And they're like, "Hey, you want to go? I know it's in your home state." I'm like, "Hell yeah, I want to go. It's a free hunt. Why would I not?" So yeah, I'm excited to get up there and meet up with them guys. And I've never met any of them personally, so
that's a special time because you're going to be able to meet new people, bring new people into the Hero Stock fold, and Wheels for Warriors. And I think that's just great, especially on the holiday like that, because that's rare. That's rare to get a bunch of people around, that you can spend that much time with. Because like for me, if it wasn't going to the ball, I'm not much for going out or doing much anymore. Right. Like Like a lot of those days, there he is. A lot of those days, they're kind of gone unless unless you had a special time and a special unit. Did you guys have, first off, when was your first ball and where?
Mine would have been when we were in amphibious assault school. Actually, it's the only ball I ever got to attend.
Mm.
We were in amphibious assault school, and we went up to Tahoe, and they threw a big ball up there, and super cool, a lot of fun, but never had a chance to go to another one. So we were always training.
Oh man, that
kind of that's kind of the same thing for me, bro. I only got to go to one my whole time. I was a PFC. It was my first year, which I guess it was kind of cool, but year 2000, bro, right? It was like first year, straight up, no badges, nothing on there, just a fucking expert badge and my one little stripe. And I even went in alphas, dude, because I just didn't have the money at PFC to go buy that blue coat, bro, for the dress blue. So my cheap ass was like, I'm going to wear the alphas.
Yep. Yeah, we went in alphas too. Like our whole platoon. There was one kid that out of our platoon, and he was the honor guide in boot camp. He was the only one that had blues. Everybody else had alphas. But I was I think I was still a private at the time.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had different ball experiences.
Well, bro, you were in like 20 years, man, so you got to go to a couple.
No, my first ball, I was on guard duty. Like I was already there, but after 9/11, I'm voluntold, then I was on guard duty for the next 3-4 months. So there we were. And you know what? I'm glad you brought it up. So check this out. This is silliness. We were checking IDs on base. They were doing it in a hangar. I was on MCAS New River, and we were checking IDs. It was me. I was maybe a PFC Lance Corporal at the time, and the staff sergeant who hated life because we were there, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this dude. And that now you have a full uniform inspection because all these people are walking. So they're walking from the parking lot. They're walking from the barracks. You had clowns showing up with the ribbons and the medals on, shooting badge. I mean, that's some of the stuff you see in memes and whatnot. When you see it up close, and there's some salty dogs in it. And when you saw it up close, it was like, whoa. But yeah, that was the silliness. We were on base checking IDs for people in dress blues and their spouses, their dates and whatnot, just to come on the flight line. And it's amazing. It's amazing. I went from that to beautiful places in San Diego. The Hilton out there is beautiful. I didn't do it in the Hilton. We did it in a tent in the parking lot.
It's probably better that way. The Hilton's still standing.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, oh wow, we're doing it right here. It's right by the water and whatnot, and it was so exciting.
11 years.
Damn.
Cat's like, nope, I'm out. Ain't doing the ball thing.
Thank you.
Ace. Hello,
Thanks,
Ace.
Thank
you, Ace.
No, but I think it's weird because I got to see a lot of. We were more on when I was on recruit duty. There were different kind of balls. You know what I mean? It was only sergeants and above to. I think the major was the CO. Yeah, so it was only that was it, and it was heavy. It was heavy. Staff NCOs heavy. So there's regular balls at nice hotels and regular communities. But I've been to them Jacksonville balls, those Wilmington balls, where you got the young officers' girlfriends dancing on the tables. Like I've seen some wild things. And sometimes I think, man, I missed out on something. You know what I mean? Because I only got to see about 6 of them. Because guard duty one I didn't count. I got a cup and a flag, so maybe I should have counted that.
Yeah, mine was on Pendleton, bro, and it was at, I think we even had to pay for the son of a bitch, at least a portion of it.
It was like a $50 ticket.
Yeah, man, and then
Oh God,
I'll be honest with you, bro, we got trashed, and honestly, the one ball that I went to, don't remember much of it. Because I was fucking so trash, dude. I ain't shitting you. We got back to the barracks, probably everybody's fucking puking and just passed out. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody fucking, you look great when you show up to this son of a bitch. By the end of the night, everybody's out of rags. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Fucking, you got your coats off, bro. Your shit's unbuttoned. You're sweating your ass. You probably sat there with the sergeant major and we're just like, fuck this shit.
I'm getting out. I'm gonna tell you why.
Back in formation the next day, you're like,
Right.
oh fuck, dog.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm mad. Yeah.
They bust us up in the white buses. That's how we went to the ball, because we were in school. Nobody had cars. So they threw our asses on white buses and hauled us up to, I think it was Tahoe is where we went.
Sounds like a prison trip. Like
four guys to a
inbound.
room. You had 4 guys to a room. 2 beds, 4 guys to a room. The most senior guys got the bed. The other guys got the floor.
Mm-hmm.
That's dark.
It was
Bro,
terrible.
that's dark.
Or you got that top ass bunk, or you got that real top ass bunk you got to fucking sit on if you're the lowest dude.
Right.
See, I lived in the barracks maybe 2 months, right? And it was like right. It was right before 9/11. Like you
got married right away or what?
I was already engaged. Yeah, I was already engaged. So I just had to wait to go home, and I got married September 16th. So I almost didn't get to go home. But anyway, I lived in the barracks. But there's a difference between knowing people and them being in the barracks than them going to a ball and then just being in the barracks.
Right.
Hey, barracks living though, I'm gonna tell you.
No, that's why I'm glad, because I only know really one side. Like I drove to the balls. Like we stayed in nice hotels. Like
that
I embarrassed myself.
Though, bro.
Ruined. I always had to get new medals because I either broke them, ripped them off, or whatever. Stars popping off. Yeah. So it was always a shit show. But you guys, like you were in a like a POW camp over at the barracks.
You could call it kind of a POW or like a fucking frat party within a POW, because we still light it up. It's just whenever these company gunnies go on a fucking tangents, like fails everybody, and then we have like a field day where we all got to sit back and go back and refill day and shit. Those are the pits days, dude. Because I lived in those kind of barracks where that company gunny was never happy. Like white gloved us, would go into the corner in the room and just be like, first room, bro, all of you fucking fell.
Yep.
And then we got to count by the numbers and do everything by the numbers. Those were the worst times.
Was that a Saturday reinspect?
Oh, dude. Yeah, but no, what they would do to us. So, every Friday there's PT. And so, and Thursday night's field day. Every night was fucking field day, and you did field day, right? Next morning, you got fucking 05. We gotta go PT. You bet your rooms, and then they don't fucking check your rooms until the next day after you've done PT and you want to go shower, and then you go back to half the time. Fucking some of us are like, fuck a shower, dog.
Yep.
Fuck a shower tonight. We'll shower at lunch if we pass. You know what I mean? Because fuck, we're going balls sweaty and all, dude. To work on, you know what I mean? So, because man, and then you just come back. You go, go back to your fucking your work area or whatever, and then you go to fucking get ready for chow formation, right? And then
Mhm.
your platoon sergeant would be like, hey, either there'll be like a couple rooms failed, or they'll be like the whole room's failed.
Yep.
And if your room failed, you were, yeah, dude. But the whole room failure, oh shit.
The whole platoon.
These
you're
guys, this one company, Gunnery Sergeant Smith, man, someone decided to key this dude's car because he was just an asshole company gunny. So what do you think he did to us, dude? I mean, these fools keyed his car midweek, like maybe like on a Wednesday. We got field day on a Thursday.
straight.
That guy failed us as soon as he walked into someone's room. It's like, this room stinks. Everybody fails.
Yep.
We're just like,
Mhm.
so we get back, dude, we hear it, like, oh my gosh. And so he's like, if you guys got any plans, they're canked. You got at 16:30, you go get your chow. 1700, your ass is back at formation at your rooms, or down at the bat. We had basketball courts that we'd all line up at. So everybody, all the different platoons would be down there, and we all, and then even the platoon sergeants that didn't live on base had to be there. And they were already they were fucking pissed, right, dude?
And the NCOs that didn't live on base.
Yeah, all them NCOs, they all had to be there. So they're all fucking pissed and heated, dude. Man, this guy had us go down to that thing and literally go up, clean left sink, and you got about 10 seconds. Bro, guys lived on the third deck, and he's giving like 10 seconds to everybody, or even sometimes he'd be like 5 seconds on something. Automatic failure of everything, right? So we would be running back and doing the sink like 5 times. And we would be running up and down these stairs all Friday night until 10 p.m., right? Then we had a 06 inspection the next day.
Alpha, did you have alpha inspection with it?
No, they didn't go that deep, dog. I mean, they didn't go that deep, but I mean, they would sometimes cank us. We wouldn't go on liberty till like midday Saturday. They would hold us all the way up to like the afternoon and be like, all right, now you can go on liberty, but your ass better be back, by Sunday night.
Were they making you guys take everything out?
Dude, yeah. Well, at that time, it was just count. It was literally go do your sink, and then he would count us down. Then it would be like, go do the shower head. I mean, everything, the toilet, the back of the toilet, under the toilet. Like, he was making us do everything by the numbers. And we were running, bro. I mean, at the end, fools were just like, fuck this fool, and just started walking. Because, like, dudes at the third deck were just so done, bro. Like, I was on the second deck, so I didn't have such a bad. But them dudes up there, like third, or I think we went all the way up to fourth deck. Them guys were just hating it, man, because they're just sitting there in the stairwells were just, everybody's, because after a while, dude, when you start getting pissed, everybody just starts fucking like basically like fuck these guys, and it's kind of like everything becomes over exaggerated, and everybody just becomes super silly.
Yep.
And they're just like going extra with it. Yeah, they're just like, fuck, you know what, whatever, bro. They're like, they're smacking us. We're just going to be like, we'll smack them back with like idiots,
Worst one we
So
had
wait,
go
ahead.
Tom.
No, go ahead. I was waiting for you.
The worst one we had was we were third story, and the company gunny came through. Actually, it was a staff sergeant came through, looked at it, failed us. Gunny came in and said, take all of your shit from your room and put it on the basketball court. And I want room 201 here, 202 here, 203 here. And we literally lined the whole every fucking room. Every piece came out of the rooms. And then it was about 4:00 in the morning. We had a 06 inspection. By the time we got everything back at 4 in the morning, we had a 06 inspection with the junk on the bunk.
That's exciting.
The JOBs, bro.
Yo, they don't do them no more. They're illegal. They don't do them no more.
What do they call it, hazing now or something?
I don't know. I got in trouble making people do it. When I went off for crew duty, and went back to the fleet, they were like, "Nah, we don't do that no more." Because I had a cat, I was sending to sergeant's course, and I said, "Hey, I'm always gonna bring your shit in." I had to show me 6 socks. Like, my gunny was like,
Yeah.
"Nah, son, no way, you can't do that." Somebody's like, "What's going on over there?" I'm like, "Yo, relax." So, but yeah, they don't do
Boot camp type stuff.
certain things. I mean, well, not like extreme, but it would be extreme. Like, say we would have like commanding general inspection coming up, so it would start with the shop, and then the maintenance, and then the XO. So when we had a GOB, and I lived downtown, I had to put all my stuff in a container, try to maneuver it,
we all had JOB containers.
No, my container.
Yeah.
Then I would have to load it over the turnstile, go through it, and then throw the poncho down, lay it down, right? Yo, and how corny I was. I had a name board, where you had all your hemoglobin anchors. You could have your name. I had, I was corny like that. 1,000, I think, corporal chevrons at the time in there, right? And there I had the main. I had all my cami blouses. I had ranks. I went out. I was like, JOB. I don't know what that means. I was like, because we didn't have it before. Like, we just didn't. 9/11 kind of happened. So, like, they weren't like, bring your shit in. We want to make sure. But when it was time to play games, when people were chopping and doing whatever. But I had on all my camis, I had my chevrons too, and on the board, and I had all my socks laid out and labeled. I was corny like that, right? Far from there when I retired, but I'll put it to you like this: that Master Gunny came up. He was the maintenance chief. He just looked. He goes, "Boy, you proud to be a corporal?" I said, "Yes, Master Gunny." He goes, "We could." He goes, "We could keep it that way." I was like, right. And at that time, like, I probably tossed and turned for weeks. You know what I mean?
He had you sweating, bro. I like that. I like that, Ace.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's hazing. Gosh dang. So, I mean,
I call it accountability. That's what I call it. I call it accountability and fucking with you.
Let me tell you. So they probably can't, like, even back in the day, you never left your locker unsecured because they would just take everything out and throw it everywhere, right? I mean, I can't imagine they because even that's how the Marine Corps is even to at least my unit, dude. When your Foot Locker had to be all set up a certain way, your white T-shirts all had to be together, your greens. And then
was this in the barracks?
With the Browns and all this, in the barracks, bro.
Oh, yeah. So you see, that's how corny that was, right? So when we had to do a wall locker inspection,
the wall locker.
So tell me why. I thought that's where you were going, right? But tell me why they had an old busted ass one in the corner. So if you lived out in town, you were E3 and below. E3 and below, line your shit up, and you're like this. Wait for this guy to put his ties. You're like, I'm gonna lose it.
Fool's out here with his handbook, like, how's this gonna be lined up? Like,
Brian, you're the most. I bet I don't even want to know. You probably have a toy box full of Marine Corps stuff.
Oh, bro,
how many rulers do you have? I know you everything. Well, see, there we go.
Hey, bro, the Marine Corps sword, dude. Let's see if we can get it.
It's kind of picking it up. There it is.
I can see it
right there. You can see it.
It looks like the one I saw at the Haji Mart in Afghanistan. It looks exactly like that.
Bling bling, bling bling. Hey, them dudes were bling blinging. Hey, at least when we were in Iraq, it was always, or in Kuwait in the Middle East, it was always bling bling at those little like market things. Them dudes would be trying to sell you hookahs and CDs and DVDs, bootleg DVDs.
So while you guys were you guys ever deployed during the birthday?
I was no, because let's see, I went over there in January 2003, and I was back by July. So now,
Yeah, I came back in
never made it.
September.
Yeah, but the thing is, dude, even when we came back, the ball wasn't really popping no more because everybody's deployed. Like once we deployed, like
Where was this? Pendleton, right?
yeah, Camp Pendleton. Once we deployed, everything kind of ceased to exist, dude. Like, I was on the football team for a while. I was playing, on the Marine Corps football team. Boom, McCank, no more football. And it was like,
Mhm.
and then everything became readiness. And it was like, and because I'm supply, bro, all we were doing is just sitting there loading up the 20-footers and getting them all ready, painting everything green to brown and doing all that shit, getting everything ready for, desert. And even though shit, dude, we had Humvees over there that were green like this and shit. I guess we're just like fucking. We're like the dirt, get the camouflage these things up.
Yo, I gotta find it. I'm gonna dig it out tomorrow because y'all made me nervous. I was like, yo, where's all my old pictures? I don't know. I was like, yo, I got someone that wants to see my pictures, right? So I was like, and I got a picture of my old blouse, like it's still got the starch on it. It's still got the shine. And when y'all this motherfucker, I know. So
Hey, hold up.
I'm gonna call him Brian Stay
Here
Flow
comes the
Roof.
office.
Yeah.
I got both.
Right.
Because I was part of that unique group, bro. I was issued the old ones, had to buy the new ones because I was like, "What? You don't gotta iron them no more? You don't gotta shine your boots no more?" Let me go to the PX and
I hated it.
a pair, bro.
I hated it. People like you that ruined it.
Yep.
I ruined it.
I
Pressing
jumped on
candies with the hard line down the sleeves, hard line down the pants.
dude. So much starch, bro. So much starch on all these, dude.
I'm talking easy way in, son, in those camis because you was just sweating. You was just sweating so much starch.
Dude, so much starch in this thing, dog. This ain't just like you can knock someone out with this bad boy.
Yep.
No, but I think the biggest thing and the biggest problem with the difference with that is the standard and the difference. Right. And I think they've been continually changing more and more, but a lot is still the same. You know what I mean? Because I think each generation, you talk to a Korean Marine, I probably have once or twice, but like you're a pussy to them. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And then the Vietnam Marines, if you come across the Beirut Marine, you know what I mean? Like, if you come across these people, it's a difference, but you share that bond. You know what I mean? But I think the only really thing that kind of breaks up marriages and really puts a bad light on the Corps is the difference when West Coast Marines try to boast about going MCRD over Paris Island. I think it's tragic. I think it's just sad.
Are you an East Coast Marine? Are you an East Coast Marine?
Me?
You. Yeah.
I went to Paris Island.
Yes. You said that wrong. Paradise Island.
So no wonder why he's talking like this. I was like, he's talking like an East Coast Marine, Doug.
Do they bring y'all outside and let y'all giggle by the beach?
They do.
Yeah,
they stand in the water, just giggle.
We just laughed, dude.
No, man. I'll tell you what. There is a big difference because
humping that stuff though.
No, when I went, the biggest difference between now is the uniform maintenance and the outside. You could get tortured with the outside. Y'all had those hills, like we had sand fleas, like they could always torture you. There's always a sand pit on either coast. On either coast is a sand pit.
You didn't need any coast for a sand pit, bro. It's no one was with the mountains and the sand fleas made, I think, the biggest difference. And the weather, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Camp Pendleton had some beautiful weather. I mean, Oceanside is beautiful, MCRD beautiful.
And here's the deal. I would hump my ass off overtaking those fucking sand fleas. Dude.
Yeah, I'm
I'd
not
be
gonna lie,
like,
bro.
I
I'm
would
not
have
gonna
been
lie.
thrashed
Yeah,
all the
dude, I
time.
would have been in so much trouble. I got my ass in trouble the first day just for taking a quick swipe to my face. Got a little scratch on the side of my face that I got
Because
my
you're a
ass.
nasty, Brian. You're a nasty.
Yeah, I was a nasty dude because that was
That's
like
why.
that was Black Friday, bro. I was still a nasty. You know, they were still
Get your
trying to get it
hands
out
out
of
of
me.
your face. No,
Dude,
the
I
cool
thought
thing
you guys
is,
didn't see me too.
no, trust me. The cool thing is, I got to go to MCRD a bunch of times for recruiter school stuff and whatnot, and they have probably the best setup, I would say, as far as setup, meaning they have that they have a new gym there for people that get hurt, like MRP Marines, people that have to have surgery, people that have heart complications, things like that. They could rehab them there rather than send them out in town to Balboa or whatever. They do it right there.
They got a big ass hospital now on
Mhm.
base. Huge.
And the damn barracks are bigger. Like, I'm just gonna be real, the barracks are bigger. So it's and then I don't know if when you guys went they had the dojo, but you had it's right. I think it's right by the O course. Trust me, we
Yeah, we
ran
had to do
around
the
that
dojo.
base
We had to
plenty
do
of
the
times.
dojo and all that bullshit. Yeah.
Hmm. So, but I think your setup's better, just for me because, like you said, the weather.
Right.
The only East Coast that I could compare it to is I went to Camp Johnson over there in Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Yeah.
And so I was there. That's about the only place. Like and that place was kind of more run down. It was very small base. You know what I mean? And the fucking critters over there, bro. Like it's something else, dude. But
I lived across the street from Johnson.
Oh, no kidding.
Well, a little more because you got Johnson and Geiger.
Geiger's
you got
over
Johnson,
there too. Yeah.
Geiger's over there.
Well, that's where that's where I guess
that's where 01 is too,
right? Or the female boot camp or something, or the female
that's
train out of Geiger, or that's MCT.
MCT's both.
Oh, both. What is Geiger though? What is that Geiger?
That's where MCT and SOI is.
Ah, okay, that's what it is.
So SOI operates right out of there, and
we had guard duty while we were at Camp Johnson, and now I didn't pull the guard duty. I was color guard, so I had to go fucking do in the morning, go put the flag up, and in the evening, pull it down for taps, and then fold it up and all that shit. I had a sergeant of the guard, but everybody else they had people at. Like 2 at Camp Geiger, 2 at there's like a cemetery or something out there. They had them guarding a cemetery. There's all these different little duties and shit. You would always be hearing people like, "Bro, we're at the graveyard. It sucks at night." We're like, "Damn,
bro." I'm telling you, when I was on guard duty, we were in the back by the water in a Humvee like this for 12 hours, just sitting there, like, how's your 20? And we're like, what? Like, no one's sneaking on here. Like, no one wants to come here. No one's looking at the realtor rates and saying, how's Jacksonville working out? Well, at least then,
Right.
So, bro, they had us do so many different, and that was probably one of the hardest things I gotta say, is sitting in a fire hole, fucking just staring down range at nothing, We're at Camp Pendleton in the sticks, but they just got us, and we gotta do our little fire lines and all that stuff, and show all that. And you're sitting there with someone else, bro, and you're like, "Hey, dog, don't fall asleep, or let me sleep, and then I'm gonna nudge you." Yep. You know what I mean? But like, we can't fall asleep at the same time. But you don't know how many manholes, bro. Dudes just both be out there just conked out. Sergeant come up and just be like, "Oh yeah,
here we go."
Start messing with them. Oh yeah, dude. And then them dudes end up pulling extra guard duty. But I can't tell you how many times, man. And you're just sitting there. It is hard when it starts to be like around 2-3 in the morning, and it's and that Camp Pendleton had a little bit of that brisk night, dude. It would just be like kind of just a damp cold. Oh man.
before
like
I could
the
even
pool
smell
guy
it
came
right
out.
now and taste it while I was out there. But yeah, I remember doing it on my birthday one time too, just sitting there like, happy birthday to me. You know, everybody's knocked out. I'm just sitting there like guarding nothing, bro. Freeway. Zoom, zoom.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what. I remember similar situation where you're just sitting there stuck somewhere and you're just in that daze and
Yeah,
you're just
bro.
waiting to until for something to happen and then you're as alert as you can be.
Yep.
Because I remember when I went to MCT, that's when they had the old school grunts, the shitbag grunts teaching MCT. Like we had the saltiest corporals. Like they were like when I went to MCT, the corporals were in charge and they were, now it's different. You know what I mean? Now it's a whole different story. But then they were in charge and they're like, if you, this one guy,
Nope.
bro, he probably could have been a gunny. He said he got demoted so many times and he was the guy you believed. Like you believed him. And he said, if you fall asleep out here, put Copenhagen in your eyes. He'll keep you up. Just the thought, I was like this. Like, because MCT, I was already chilling, but MCT, everyone chewed.
Right.
Well,
That's
where I was,
started backup chewing was
Smoking
Yeah.
cigarettes, bro. I started smoking cigarettes there.
that's
in
yeah,
MCD because everybody else would. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna start smoking too.
Yep. They get
Yeah.
a break. When they smoke, they get a break. I'm gonna go smoke with them.
Yeah, that's what I started doing. I was like, fuck it, bro. I'm gonna start smoking. I
So,
smoked while I was in the Marines, and then when I got out, I was done. It
So
was
in
just
boot
one of
camp-
those things, though, dude. You
Right.
know what's going on, Joe?
in
Joe, what up?
in boot camp, I was actually I switched over from being a Methodist to a Seventh-day Adventist because I had a kid in my platoon, and he's like, dude, come to church with me, because I went first week to like Methodist church, and like you sat locked up, you sang, you stood, you did your thing, whatever. And I'm like, dude, this sucks. Like drill instructors are standing in the back watching you over the whole time. And he goes, dude, come to Seventh-day Adventist with me. And I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So I went that first time. Dude, you could sleep. They would bring cookies in. Like it
Yeah,
was
there's people running up. It's like an old Southern black church. Like,
Yep.
and when I went to the one in Paris Island, drill instructors didn't come into that one.
Nope.
Like, they just
They
stayed
wouldn't.
outside the church. So it was
Yeah.
like, it looked like a mob of people were just
Everybody
together.
became
Like,
really holy rollers, bro.
yo,
Everybody in boot camp becomes some hardcore holy rollers, dude.
I never seen so many hardcore people crying, "Shine, Jesus, shine," because they knew what was happening when they went back.
Yep.
You know what? Sunday, they were like, "This is my only time for me."
Yep.
Like,
4
this
hours,
is it.
bro. 4 hours.
Yeah.
You could write letters. I mean, you could do anything you wanted to in there.
We had to wash our camis on the wash rack though with a brush and some soap,
Yep.
and then
Nah.
put them in a laundry bag and then throw it in the dryer. But that's every Sunday. That was part of our thing. We had to go out to the wash rack with the brush and the soap, dude. And we're just in there,
The scuzz brush.
like Tide. It was Tide.
What?
Yeah,
Scuzz brush on a Tide, and you had to fucking,
straight up, bro. And then we had to either hang them up with we had like little fucking clothes hangers.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of ropes. We just be sitting there hanging everybody's stuff up.
No, we did a more toxic way. They collected all the bags and threw them in one washer together, and then
We got
room
maybe
in the
one
dryer.
of those, but a lot of it was always washing, or they were like, "Hey, we always had our laundry bags with our number. I was number 36 circled. You know what I mean? And then you put it in that white bag, cinch it, tie it, and then
I
give
never
it to
got
them.
my stuff back.
It always comes back, dude. Especially the white stuff. I come back like a little green, black. It's just like, damn.
Right.
I never got my stuff back. I swear I never got my stuff back.
Dude. In
I
boot
was listening
camp,
to one of the podcasts you were on, and you were talking about that, dude. I was rolling like I think it was you two together when you were on Brian's, or Brian was on yours.
Yeah,
I've
man.
only
It was
been on his.
rolling.
I've invited him to mine. But keep
oh,
going.
oh, Oh, he does it at weird hours, though. He does it at weird hours.
No,
So,
I don't. Whenever you want hours. That's
No,
crazy.
no, you're always live. Relax. Wow.
No, I'm not. He doesn't know my show. All right. Go ahead, Steiner. As you were.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jason.
You need to start a fight. But no, dude.
No.
I got receipts,
Your
bro.
story of that
As a
is
matter
just
of fact.
fucking funny.
Yeah, man. We were informing, and then like when we got our drill instructors, you dump all your shit and everything, and then they're like, and you're just grabbing, but you have 3 months, son, to get all your shit back.
Yep.
You got 3 months. I had 6 hours. They said, get over here. I had one black sock, one wool black sock, and one dress sock. That was it.
Dude, let me tell
That
you
was
one of
it.
my worst times.
Son, I was in the laundry room. Nines were becoming 18s. I was fucking, but we had, did any of y'all have one of them, like one of them sock people? Like we had a guy, he had like 63 pairs of socks. Like he couldn't close his foot locker, and the drill instructor threw his drawers, and he goes, "There's all the socks," and he was like, Then the kid started crying, because he knew that his sock days were done, son. They were gonna get all of them.
Bro, one of the worst times it happened to us, and I'll never forget it, man, because I about lost my mind. So the drill instructors all went inside the duty hut, and we're all supposed to be like tidying up and cleaning and shit. Well, our guide, sellout, like a little sellout, bro. Like, cause I guess, we're like kind of like, we're all starting to chat it up a little bit because the drill instructors are away. So the mics might play, you know what I mean? So we're over here. And then
That's because you had no discipline, Brian. That's why.
Yeah,
you had no discipline, shitbag. That's like, I'm joking. Go ahead.
So this fool goes in. Dude goes and pounds on the duty hut. Bah, bah, bah. After you fucking pound on the duty hut. And then he's, does his whole thing. This recruit requests permission to speak to the shit. Bro, he goes inside that duty hut. They come out just fucking blazing hot, bro. Darren, throw your shit everywhere. We got to empty all of our stuff and go make a huge mountain and throw everything to the middle of the squad bay, right? Well, the guide sits kind of in the middle of the squad bay. Guess where my shit was flying off to? I was nailing that fool, the guide, bro. I was like, this asshole. I'm throwing my skibby rolls at him, bro. Like I got the socks and the undies and the balls, Ooh, dude, man. And then they give us like 5 seconds to go and fuck the mountain that we just threw all of our stuff in. And they're like, they even had guys, they call it like go through there and do like a Tasmanian devil. And so they had guys go through before and kick everything around. So that way it's all jarred up, and that's because everybody was kind of, at first everybody tries to throw the shit where they can get it all by themselves. You know what I mean?
In a nice little pile.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. The Tasmanian devils would come through and just wipe it all through. And then at the end, we all like 5 seconds to come through. So at the end, bro, you're just sitting there. I got small undies, like little whitey tighties I'm trying to get in, and we're like trying to get ready for shower. And when for the head, dude, you got to sit there with skibby, like your little whitey tighties and your green shirt tucked in the back with your shower shoes on. Dudes, fools would be sitting there trying to get their little skibbies on and be like, oh, bro, I must got this, dudes. And we're trying to switch them back.
So you're telling me you wore white underwear in boot camp?
We wore white undies. And I'm talking about the whitey tighties.
Yep.
And then
I understand that.
Yeah.
What Jason wears now. No, I understand that. But what?
With Eric's and Mike's face on them.
Yeah.
Well, that was when we were standing online.
I picture Jason running across the kitchen to get some ice cream in them in the middle of the night.
Sliding like Tom Cruise does. Hey, just because I'm the oldest Marine of our group doesn't mean anything, okay?
He's a grand old Marine.
Someone had to do it.
Yeah, might as well be me.
Jason was in when they used to hit him.
I actually was. I actually was.
I got punched in boot
I
camp.
got hit.
I got grabbed. I used to get pinched.
My
They used
ear
to come
got
with the
grabbed
pinch.
so hard, dude, like and pulled so hard. I thought this motherfucker yanked my ear out and pulled me to the middle of the squad bay. That was on Black Friday. That's because I scratched my face. I was still being bag nasty at that point.
And at what point did you guys go, why the hell did I do this? Was it at what point in boot camp? Like, was it receiving? Was it where at that point did you go, what the fuck did I do?
I know. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, I would probably say, dude, it was really, I think at the point of when we kept getting smoked. And I felt like there was like no end to it anymore. And I kept watching all these fucking planes fly out of the airport.
Yep.
And I just remember saying, God, I wish I would. Sometimes at one point I was like, I wish I wouldn't have done this. They had me hating it because the mount, dude, for one, when I joined, I did not know how much marching there was, bro. I didn't know Marines were marchers. You know, like, fuck, I didn't know I joined the marching fucking band. You know what I mean?
You had a ship. If you didn't know, you had a shitbag recruiter. I'm sorry for you.
Hey, my dude, my recruiter, bro. All right. And I got his fucking,
I got his business
card, by the way. I do got his business card.
Yeah, you might, hey, call him up and say, guess what? You failed me. I went up there and I thought I was in the band because you didn't teach me any drill in the depth. Thank you.
And no, man, this dude was like, you like camping? I was like, fuck yeah, I love camping. He introduced it as a big camping trip, shooting guns and blowing shit up.
Yep.
And I'm like,
hold on.
That sounds like a man's dream.
Yeah, don't act like
it is part of that. It is.
Yeah.
It is. But then they didn't tell me I'm sitting in a half shelter on a fucking mat this thick on some, rocks. You know what I mean? And they're like,
hey,
here's your sleeping bag. Oh shit, it's got holes in it. You know what I mean? How many recruits fucking have their fucking nasty feet up in this bitch? You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, yeah.
As a recruit, bro, you get the shits of shits, and I mean Marines, we get the hand-me-downs of the armies. Good shit, dude. So we had some pretty.
I don't even think we have that anymore. I think we already gave that away.
We gave that to the Space Force.
Yeah, I think that's already gone.
Yeah,
all the good things we could have had. All right, so real quick, I want to end all this nonsense with just two questions, and then we'll all go. It should take a couple minutes. But what was the worst thing you think you had to deal with while going through? And boot camp don't count because boot camp's supposed to suck. Like, but that you think, and not like something silly, but something you were like, man, like this situation just sucked. Brian, what do you think? I was just thinking,
I'll give two different incidences. I mean, one was deployment and the unknown, and just going into a whole. I was just young, bro, and had no idea what the fuck I was going into. You know what I mean? When I got orders to get sent over there, I was just like, holy shit. And probably I would say, dude, on one of the 136-degree days, hot as fuck, got me out there digging a hole, for a scud bunker. Probably that's about that time where I'm saying, holy fuck, dude, this shit sucks ass. And, there were supposed to be breaks. What break did we get? There was no breaks. You know what I mean? So probably the 136 degrees. But when I was on stateside, 100%, dude, field days. Fucking hated them. The field days were outrageous in supply company, supply battalion. You know who fucking talking about Nazi motherfuckers over there, dude. I mean, the field days were atrocious and you would always fail. I mean, almost any time.
Did you have nice barracks?
Yeah, they were brand new, and they wanted to keep them new forever. So, you know what I mean? Like
when you say brand new, so the reason I ask is when I went to
well, not brand new, new looking because we keep them that way.
So no, the reason I asked that is when I went to Miramar and I had to go to the barracks. Now I saw New River's barracks, and that was like 3 guys in one room and wall
Stop.
lockers.
He's talking
Hold
about
on, let me
Miramar.
finish. Hold on, no, I'm talking about New River. So
Oh,
the New River
Miramar's.
barracks was ghetto. There was you went in there, you shared a head with another room, right? But it could be 6 people in each in that bathroom because they would shove as many bunk beds or racks as they could in those rooms and just have those wall lockers. That's all they had was that little wall locker. And I had to go over that one time for inspection, and I was like, ooh. And I had duty, right? Like that's when I had to go see those barracks that like my unit was in. And it was like it's like that bad part of town. You know what I mean? Where like you hear jazz, you hear saxophone playing, and it looks like it just rained. That's what it was like being at those barracks. But in Miramar, you walked in. It was like a college. It was like my daughter's college room. You walk in, and it was just like separate rooms. There was 2 separate rooms and one head, and like a common area about 5 feet. And it was like the Hilton. When I saw that, I was like, you guys complain about
The
this?
wingers, bro. Air wingers
Yeah.
always had the best barracks and chow.
Yep.
Their chow
Yeah,
hall
bro.
too. Fucking, we always would always go to the air winger area to go get chow.
Yep.
Like they had
Anytime
the
you can
best
get
chow
to it.
hall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this though. I heard 29 Palms had the best chow hall. I ate there, but I don't remember if it was that good.
I was
We did a
literally there
CAX out
one
there.
day.
Yeah, we did a CAX out there for 3 weeks. We just had field mess.
Oh yeah, I did a double cax out there. I was out there January to March. That was right after guard duty. So this thing January, how cold it was with the wolves, because we were out. You know what I'm saying? We were all the way out there, and sometimes we'd get a bus. I saw Vanilla Sky 5 times just while we were there because that was at the base theater. That was the only thing to do, and I was like, I think I was 19. So we'd have someone buy a bottle. They had Taco Bell there, fill the cup up, and you're just sitting there like this. You just had to make sure someone was holding you up because those military theaters, if you ain't been to one in a while, they play the Pledge of Allegiance, the national anthem. They play the Marine Corps hymn. They play the Navy Anchors Aweigh. Bro, you're up there for like 10 minutes before they even play the movie. So you had to balance that out in case someone was there watching you. So what was the good thing?
My best thing, dude, honestly, is just the camaraderie and the brotherhood, and just being in the suck with my boys or some of the girls, man. We had a couple in our unit. We didn't have a lot of females in our unit, but we were just a family, dude, and just like that's the biggest part I think I miss about it. And those were the greatest times. It's just kind of something that's applied battalion, man. Anytime the staff NCOs would leave, we had just the biggest fights and shit, and it was just fun. It was like big wrestling matches against, different, the groups against each other. It was just so much fun, man. I mean, those are the kind of things that I miss, and being able just to joke with, people that aren't gonna, take you so crazy serious and all that stuff. It just, because kind of when you go back home and you go back into like, trying to get a job in the corporate world, there's you got a selective few, veterans in there, but everybody's trying to be all corporate and
it's like everywhere now.
Yeah, bro. And so
that's what it's like. Our worst nightmare is what's happening right now. Like,
yeah.
You're gonna find out how horrible I am.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I don't agree with nothing.
That's all I miss, though, man. I mean, and those were the great times, because, like I said, even though you were doing some dumbass, stupid shit, so where if like a whole bunch of other people right to your right and your left, you know what I mean, and you would just be like, "Fuck it, man," son, but we're just gonna pump this out together, you know what I mean, and
Absolutely.
that was the great times.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think, Jason? What's your worst?
The worst was
Experience.
actually 29 Palms. We got in trouble for something, and we had to rake rocks and stack them by piles of size. And once we got everything raked, the whole camp area that we were in was raked. He goes, "Okay, go ahead and put those right back where they were." So then we had to go hand place rocks where we thought they were just to get them distributed back out. It was like the stupidest thing. I was so pissed. I was tired. Like we just come in off of exercise. I think we'd had like 4 hours of sleep in like 4 days. And we're out there raking and stacking rocks into piles. And that was kind of my point where I was like, this is fucking dumb. The part where you really hate life as a Marine. The greatest or probably the best part for me was the day I turned 21. My section, we were in Japan in Fuji. My section leader decided we were going to climb Mount Fuji for my birthday. And my whole section went up Mount Fuji. We got passed by like 90-year-old women. Like they were running by us, and all the Marines are like, came up to the top, came back down. I had $5 to my name, and me and a buddy went out to the E Club, and they had the slots, and I put $5 in. Actually, I'm sorry, I bought a pitcher of beer for $2.50. Then I put the other $2.50 in the machine, and it paid me another $5. And we sat there and got hammered on my $5. It was the greatest night ever. But
yeah, you can't beat that.
Family, all that kind of stuff. That's what we all miss, right? That brother and sister right left us. That they got your 6 and you got theirs, and there was no care in the world, right? You were there to do a job, and that's all you had to focus on. And then you get in the real world, and it's like, holy shit, there's all this other stuff.
Absolutely. I would say we were in Zaragoza, Spain. We were doing a workup, and we were over in Spain staying in a goat field. And the goat field flooded. We used to walk through this goat field onto the little base where the hangar was and everything. But it was on went down into like a little holler. And we were there. I don't know. I live in Arkansas now, so I just wanted to throw holler in there. But it went down to like a little holler, you know what I mean? And that's where all our tents were. So it rained like Noah's Ark rain, and you're seeing shower shoes float by, piss bottles float by. You're ankle deep. And you lived out of your sea bag, which was next to your rack. That now. This much of it is submerged underwater, right?
Sea bag.
And this is,
literally a sea bag.
Yeah, no shit. There was our showers. The showers were a pipe with like a little screw, like a little hole. Someone drilled in. It trickled down. So you got off work, you kind of showered. But the beer tent was 50 cents. For this warm Spanish beer, so it was worth it. Sometimes the shower was optional, like I'm just going to get wet, because there was not enough water to hydrate you, let alone clean you. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think that was the worst and best, but the worst is probably the same experience. We had the Commandant and the Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps came out, and they were going out to Gruntland, but they landed here where we were, but 2 days before they came, I'm a mile on this goat field picking up cigarette butts. I'm like, the Commandant comes out here, we got a problem. If he walks all the way out here, they were like, keep going. I said, I refuse. Like if he comes out here, they came back. This was Sergeant Major McMichael, and trying to think who the other one was. Who the Commandant was. General Jones. So General Jones, if you didn't know, he was like 6'5", like he was a big dude. And they got off the 53, walked 10 feet, addressed us, and they got on their jet and left. That was it. They didn't even go by past the tents. You know what I mean?
We could have please called a 10-foot area.
I'm telling you, man. But the coolest thing was, it was another situation. I mean, I have it a lot, but the other one was while they were gone, we were allowed to go. We went up on their jet. I don't know if we were allowed or not, but we went on their private jet. And I'll tell you what, it was bossed out. The seats, all their uniforms were on there, like everything. It was like, this is how they do it. They just fly place to place and change, and there was probably like it was like the seats had these giant Eagle leather anchors on it, and they were leather with the like the seat belts, like the table, like they had swivel chairs. It was like baller Marine Corps style. You know what I mean? Like, but that was cool. After we hiked, we humped back from picking up cigarette butts from out back. Like I don't think no one ever stepped foot where we were in history, picking up anything. Like they were the original. They were the original rocks.
Right.
They were the original rocks we were kicking around, looking for these mystical cigarettes. You know what I mean?
With the goat field, is that where the goat thing came from?
No, my goat thing came.
Goats.
My goat thing came from someone at work was like, "Do you want goats?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll take goats," because I already had chickens. Because I don't know what I'm doing, so I was like, "Yeah, I'll get chickens." Would have been that was a couple grand building a coop, because you can't just buy a coop. Not where I live. You just don't buy one; you build one. So I built a hotel for them, and then I got the goats. So what do? I got to fence it in and do all this stuff. So the goats and chickens cause me nothing but pain. No. It's cool. It's just like dogs with me. Like the goats are weird because they just follow me. They listen. I call them by their names, and like it's wild. It's wild.
That's awesome.
Like, because I got the land, so like we just walk around, like, and then I put them back in the pen. But I even got them out with the dogs now. You want to talk about a talent? Like I have them all in harmony, just in like an area. And every time they move, they're all looking around. And I'm like, shh.
That's awesome.
But yeah, they're my comfort goat. So I suggest if you need a comfort goat, go get yourself one, unless you have a dog.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom, we had President Bush come to Camp Pendleton, and I'm over out in storage, and they swear to God he's coming to check out our place, the warehouses, so we got to be outside, police calling and getting weeds out of the cracks of every little crack all the way down this long paved road. And guess what? The dude got off his plane at Mainside, went up to those football fields real quick, said a speech, got out and left.
Yep.
Man, they had us doing so much, bro. Like they're like, we're out there sweeping, raking the pavement. Yep. I mean, it was crazy.
Yep.
Anytime any big wig or someone was coming, it was an opportunity for them to say, guess what? We're going to whip out Mattel and play some games.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But gents, I appreciate you guys coming on. It's been great because
brother.
It's only tomorrow is my 3rd year from retiring, because I retired on the birthday 2020.
No shit. Damn.
But yeah, come on. That was strategically. So I retired on the day. So it was cool because, last year you have a couple beers, you're hanging out, whatever, but it was cool to actually sit down and talk and just actually do Marine Corps shit. You know what I mean? It's good, but when you have other people, talking to people in other branches sometimes is different,
Right.
especially for me, because I am institutionalized. So
Yeah,
it's
dude.
a
You get that
it's a
20-year degree, yeah.
it's a different, it's a different feeling, like that different itch. You know what I mean? Like
It's okay.
okay.
I'm 4 years due, but I'm like, I just marined out though. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
no! I
you know.
told my brother-in-law. I said, my man Brian. Like I was like, I got to get my ink game up, because when I was in, you couldn't have them.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they changed it. I mean, they just changed it after I retired. Now everyone can get sleeved up, whatever.
Yeah, that's why I went crazy afterwards.
Well, 2007, when I went on recruiting duty, that's when they stopped it. And everyone in the world had tattoos. So that only made it better. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
So I told him, I said, Brian, he had all the Marine Corps tattoos. He said, what? I said, he has all of them. I said,
he went through the catalog.
If you think there's a Marine Corps tattoo, a freedom tattoo, fucking Patriot tattoo,
dishonor. Yeah.
Brian has it. And on his back is his mom's. All the mom he loves. I love moms.
That's awesome.
I love it.
But Jess, I appreciate you coming on.
Oh yeah, brother.
Well, obviously we'll talk tomorrow, and everything. But I just want to say happy birthday first. If anyone hasn't said it to you before or as of yet, so happy birthday, Marines! And every second counts, and we're out.